Years ago, when my dad was preparing a best man speech, he was given the best advice I've ever heard by his dad. If you're bad at something, keep it short. I will be taking that advice today. Hello, everyone. My name is Mia Dumars, and I'm the ASB president at Thurston High School. While I wish I could be giving this speech to you all in June at the Holt Center, this will have to do. To start, let me just say how proud I am of each and every one of the kids graduating with me today. While the year may not have ended the way we had hoped it would, it's still a huge accomplishment to graduate high school. It signifies the ending of this chapter of our lives, and now as we enter into adulthood, I am so excited to see what everyone goes on to do. Whether you'll be attending college in the fall, going into the armed forces, or entering straight into the workforce, one thing remains true. We're entering into a highly uncertain time. We don't know what the job market will look like, or if we'll even be allowed to step onto campus in the fall. I challenge you to look at this as an opportunity rather than a setback. The world is going to change drastically, and it will need people to take charge and reshape it, to mold it into a more inclusive world that holds space for everyone. I can't think of a more qualified group of people for this task than the ones I have had the privilege of going to school with for the past 12 years. Public school provided me with the privilege to meet people who will continue to inspire me for years to come. My hope for you all is that you don't take anything for granted. If this year has taught us anything, it's that nothing is promised. Pursue your passions and don't stop until you achieve your goals. A next time isn't guaranteed. Congratulations to everyone in the graduating class of 2020. Remain empathetic, make mistakes, and create a life for yourself that is beautiful and everything you could have ever hoped for. Thank you.
For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Lily Tuvey, ASB Vice President. Even though most of us technically graduated via email a few weeks ago, I'm so happy that we will all get the well-deserved chance to walk across the stage and receive our diplomas. When I was a freshman in high school, I sat through my older brother's graduation complaining about how it was taking forever. At the time, I couldn't picture myself as a sophomore, let alone a senior, speaking at my own graduation. Everyone told me that the high school years would go by fast, but as I sat at the kitchen table crying over my math homework, I struggled to believe them. Except now here I am, graduating, wondering where the time has gone. I've had many personal experiences here at THS that have shaped me into the person I am today. For starters, my freshman year, the day before practices started, I decided to play lacrosse, a sport I knew absolutely nothing about. However, if not for that experience, I wouldn't have gained the confidence to pursue other interests of mine, and I wouldn't have met the friends I have today. The next year, with encouragement from my teachers, I decided to be a part of the THS pageant, where we put on different events, including a show to raise money for Children's Miracle Network. This forced me to not only work with people who I otherwise might not know, but it also taught me responsibility and how to quickly get rid of stage fright, something that really got me out of my shell. This year, some of my friends even convinced me to be a part of Theater's One Acts, which was really nerve-wracking as you can imagine, but I really liked it. I remember entering high school and not really knowing where I fit in, and if I'm being completely honest, I still don't. But I like to think I have a better idea than when I started here. For a lot of us, Thurston is the place where we first met some of our best friends, the place that challenged us to grow into the better versions of ourselves, and the place that taught us the choreography to Metro Station's Shake It. Since I was asked to talk about the past, I thought I would give everyone a quick refresher on what was happening in 2016 when we began our journeys here at THS. For starters, Harambe, a gorilla from the Cincinnati Zoo, was one of the most popular memes on the internet. Drake's album Views was the most streamed album of 2016. Instead of TikTok, it was Pokemon Go that had taken over everyone's life. Beyonce performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. Queen. The Chicago Cubs won the World Series. Hamilton won 11 Tony Awards. One Direction announced their hiatus. Netflix released Stranger Things, and we all took the most awkward pictures ever as we headed to our first high school dance. A lot has changed these last 4 years. I mean, I never would have imagined we'd be graduating under such unusual circumstances. But one thing that has remained constant is our ability to band together during times of uncertainty and our willingness to stand up for the injustices happening around us. I'm so proud of the class of 2020 and this next generation of leaders. Our future is in very good hands. I hope as we all begin this next chapter of our lives, we will be able to appreciate the good, the bad, and the awkward, and remember the place, the people, and all the memories that made us who we are today. I would like to end with a piece of advice that was given to me as I entered high school. You can't soar like an eagle if you're surrounded by turkeys. I wish everybody the best. Good luck.
Yesterday is gone, tomorrow has not yet come. We have only today. Let us begin. My name is Jalen Birkby. I'm the senior class president, and let me just say congratulations to all my fellow classmates for reaching the end of this chapter in our lives. I know this year wasn't like anything we ever expected, but despite seeing things that we thought we could always count on, like a last day of school, a senior skip day, prom, or even a proper graduation ceremony fall short of our expectations, we're still here today, receiving our diploma and opening the next chapter of our lives.
As we graduate today, it's important not to dwell on past mistakes or fixate on the stresses of planning our future, but rather to live in the present and take it all in. We're here and we made it. The day that seemed so far away when we first walked in as freshmen, thinking we knew everything. Because today is our day, and today we graduate. My name is Marcy Weiss, and I'm the senior class vice president. If there's one thing I've learned from being a part of the class of 2020, it's this. It's impossible to change the past, the future is unreliable, but today is what we make of it. So that being said, let's talk about the present.
To focus on the present is to focus on the ceremony and to enjoy this honor for exactly what it is. We have put in so much work to accomplish what we have today. Just in this year alone, we have had state championships and finalists and begun planning our futures and completed high school. But none of this would be possible without those that showed us endless support throughout this journey. For me personally, having a supporting family and the relationships I've built with teachers, coaches, and friends is what I'm most grateful for. I encourage all of you to reflect on what you are most grateful for, because as we all know, the future is never guaranteed.
When we first found out the rest of our senior year had been cut short, a lot of people processed the news in very different ways. Some people were heartbroken that after years of hard work and memories, all we would get was an email saying, "Congratulations, you did it, see ya." Others could have cared less. I know for myself, I had already accepted it was inevitable our year had come to a close. But as I reflect on some of the things that we missed out on, all I feel is disappointed. I feel like we were waiting for this moment since kindergarten, and honestly, the whole thing just feels so anticlimactic now. Many of us didn't think our last day of high school would be some random day in March. I didn't think I'd go through a drive-thru to pick up my cap and gown, and I certainly didn't think I'd be giving a speech here in front of a nearly empty auditorium.
Even though the end of our senior year wasn't what we expected, it is important to never take anything for granted. Therefore, we must make the most of every opportunity life presents us and strive to be the best that we can be. I urge all of you to live each day as if it were your last. Do what makes you happy. Call that friend you haven't talked to in a while, or go for that hike you've always wanted to. The present is the only thing that is guaranteed, so seize every moment.
Whether it felt like it or not, THS was like a second home to all of us. We made hundreds of memories, both good and bad. And as we walk across the stage today, we're adding one last page to the class of 2020's book and writing the end. For most of us, this will be the last time we set foot in these halls, the last time we see some of our teachers, and the last time we see each other. We've overcome a lot, from personal crises, family struggles, to even a global pandemic. And although it may be an uphill battle, it's not about what's waiting on the other side, it's the climb. I am proud to say I'm a 2020 graduate, and I wouldn't have wanted to graduate on an odd year anyways.
As everyone goes their separate ways, I encourage all of you to remember these 3 things. Number 1, make sure to live in the present every once in a while. We get so swept up in the future and so hung up on the past that we forget to live in the moment. Number 2, be grateful. I know you've probably all heard this many of times, but it's true and it's important. Time passes by faster than you think, so enjoy every moment because it'll be over before you know it. Sometimes it may be hard to find things that you're grateful for, but just remember, you've been through worse and you are strong enough to come out on the other side. And number 3, seize the day. The words that you have already written and the words that you have yet to write aren't what matter. Rather, it is the words that you are writing right now that matter. You make your own story, one word, one day at a time. You are the author of this book, so make it what you want. In the words of Natasha Bedingfield, today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video of Thurston's class of 2020 high school graduation. My name is Chad Towie. This is my 6th and certainly most unique year serving as the principal of Thurston High School. It is a tremendous honor to be with you all right now. Our current circumstances mean our graduates might be watching this on June 11th, 2020, or June 11th of 2040 with their own children. You might be watching this with your friends, your classmates, loved ones, or alone, thinking back to these days as memorable and meaningful. To all of you watching, to our caring community at Thurston High, and to our 2020 graduates, wherever you are watching and with whomever you are watching with, please know we believe in you. You accomplished something remarkable here, and we are proud of you. I would like to begin by introducing our guests on the stage. As you see the graduates crossing the graduation stage, they will be honored by our guests, including Springfield Schools Superintendent Todd Hamilton, and school board members Lisa Berriger, Todd Mann, Naomi Raven, Dr. Emilio Hernandez, and Zach Bissett. Thank you both for your service to our community and for being here to honor our students and their families. Over 3 days, we've asked our seniors and their families to individually join us on the Thurston High School auditorium stage. While this is a beautiful and meaningful tribute and opportunity to our graduates and their families, we do this knowing there is hardship in our community. On this most positive and celebratory occasion, we acknowledge those who can't be with us, and we honor those who have struggled and overcome great challenges. You all have played a role in this accomplishment. We are stronger together and must remind ourselves that even behind a layer of clouds, the sun is shining. And today, right now, outside at Thurston High School, it is a beautiful and sunny day. These individual moments of our graduates walking across this stage are cause to celebrate. We acknowledge the hard work and accomplishments of these proud graduates. This is your day. And so, dear graduates, I would ask that as you watch this video, you take this opportunity to reflect back on this time, on your gratitude. Be mindful of your accomplishment with the understanding that it is because of the teamwork of your families, teachers, school, and community who are immensely proud of you that you have achieved this monumental and momentous accomplishment. At Thurston, education is enhanced by an incredible caring of community of family, friends, teachers, counselors, and support staff. This class of graduates before us is the product of a Thurston and Springfield education and the outcome of caring and love. For no student is complete without solely academic skills who does not have the content of character from a loving community. And so from my heart to yours, thank you. We are all here because of the hard work of so many, and today we celebrate the accomplishments of these fine young people on this stage, but we do so knowing that everyone watching had a part in the heart of this amazing accomplishment. Thank you, everyone. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce you to today's commencement speakers, Thurston High School English teacher, Miss Robin Erickson, and Thurston High School Social Studies teacher, Mr. Tyler Nice.
Class of 2020, parents, school board members, families, welcome, and thank you for the honor of speaking with you today.
It is a distinct privilege to be invited to share at your commencement ceremony.
My name is Robin Erickson, and I am an English teacher at Thurston High School.
And I am Tyler Nice, a social studies teacher here at Thurston High School. Here we are, graduation day, just like you pictured it, right?
Well, as we open this commencement address, we want to highlight the extraordinary support that you have received from your families. Congrats, kids, but really, congratulations, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, all of you did it.
And consider the encouragement you have received from your classified educators, teachers, counselors, administrators throughout your public school experience.
And all of your coaches, mentors, and advisors that have helped to guide your path over the last 12 years.
All of these people have contributed in some way to this milestone in your life. I hope in the coming days you can reach out with a message of gratitude to all those people who have helped you out along the way.
Because we have known all along that the class of 2020 was different and unique.
Parents, teachers, counselors, and coaches have all noted what a special group of students you are. But this class is notable for another reason: the global circumstances that have impacted your entire life.
You were born into a world of conflict in the months following the tragedy of September 11th. Your adolescence has been tainted by the economic collapse of 2008. So, really, it is no surprise that you would graduate in the midst of a global pandemic.
If you have any other major life events coming up, would you just give us a little bit of a heads up? That'd be very helpful. Honestly, though, we are so proud of you. You have demonstrated grit and determination your entire life. We have no doubt that your reaction to our present circumstances will be the same. In considering what would be helpful to share on this momentous day, some important sage advice came to mind. I want to present the top 50 pieces of advice for graduating seniors, so buckle up. This is going to take about an hour.
No, Mr. Nice. No one wants to hear one of your very long-winded lectures right now.
You all know that I know how to lecture too.
We do, but in all seriousness, we have only 3 things for you to keep in mind as you leave Thurston and start a new chapter in life.
First is recognition. We want to recognize the significant loss that you have all experienced as a global community, but today, we want to specifically highlight and mourn the traditional milestones of your final semester of high school.
You missed traditional senior nights for spring athletics and activities.
You missed your traditional senior prom experience.
You missed a traditional graduation ceremony at the Holt Center.
You missed your traditional all-night party.
You missed your traditional senior breakfast.
You missed the tradition of signing yearbooks in the courtyard one last time.
You missed out on that age-old tradition of senior skip day.
Actually, some of you definitely celebrated senior skip day.
Maybe more than once. You missed the chance, though, also to say goodbye to teachers, to campus, and to each other one last time.
We do want to recognize and celebrate the extraordinary effort that staff and families have taken to provide modified senior traditions for you these past few months, like this great video, the photo ops in the courtyard, the senior parade, and so many other special things.
But despite that, you have every right to mourn for these moments that you have lost. But Mr. Nice and I are here to tell you that day in and day out, you have proven just how adaptable you are.
You have transitioned from learning in the classroom to learning in your kitchen, the bedroom, the living room, your garage, and I'm scared to know if you're in any other rooms of your house, so just keep that to yourself.
Basically, you have learned anywhere there was a decent Wi-Fi signal, even from a chicken coop, right?
That is a true story from one of my classes. You have found creative ways to celebrate birthdays, graduations, anniversaries, and maintain friendships during this time of social distancing. We recognize that our current circumstances are tremendously challenging, but you have demonstrated an inspiring adaptability in this unprecedented moment.
Our second point is perspective. This strange time has provided a new perspective. As difficult as this time has been, this has been an opportunity to evaluate what was healthy and what was not.
Human interaction, even over technology, is important.
The power of touch. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to hug a stranger again, right?
Okay. Or get a fist bump and a you rock from Mr. Underwood.
There we go. Well, when all the noise of our hurried lives is hushed, like it is now, we see value in things we had forgotten or maybe stopped noticing.
Like being outside and enjoying nature.
Oh, quality time with family.
Not feeling the relentless busyness that characterizes our lives.
Or picking up a new hobby. For example, I've been gardening.
I've been learning how to play the ukulele. I'll demonstrate.
What a treat. I actually think that's really impressive, Mr. Nice.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not, so we'll just take that as a compliment.
It was this time. So, okay, let's reflect on the last few months. We want you to really ask yourself if you are living the kind of life that you want to live, because this is your chance to consider your life in a deep and meaningful way.
Reclaim what was good from before and leave behind what was toxic and unhealthy. This is a great opportunity to pursue the kind of person that you want to be.
For the past, well, now 3 months, basically, the world has stopped. And yet, rather than this moment being stagnant, it has provided an opportunity for you to reflect on yourself and who you are growing into.
Our final suggestion is participation. Be an active participant in your community.
For the majority of your life, your community has been created for you. It's your family and your neighbors and your school. As you embark into adulthood, it is essential for you to sustain these communities and create new ones. It is important to know that you need to be part of a community.
But it's even more vital to remember that your community also needs you. You are important and special. There's only one you. When you withdraw from others, it deprives the community of something valuable. And because you're a person of deep value, set healthy and strong boundaries that will ensure that the people in your life treat you the way that you deserve to be treated.
Build good, healthy relationships.
Support friends who are experiencing challenges.
Find a partner in life who values you and speaks kind and generous words.
Foster empathy for others.
Patronize local organizations and businesses.
Take an active interest in the great nation that you live in. Vote.
Engage in local issues that you are passionate about.
In these ways, you can strive to be an active participant in your community.
And work hard to improve yourself and those around you. Make eye contact. Listen without thinking about how you will respond, and look for ways to give back to the people and places that helped shape who you are today.
Invest in your future, and not just financial investment, although as an econ teacher, I suggest you do that as well. But invest hard work and care and thought and hope into the next step.
This is your moment to take what you have learned and put it into action. The world we live in will never be the same, but neither will you.
These times have been remarkably challenging for all of us. I haven't worn real pants in months.
Mr. Nice, now is not the time.
Touche.
Class of 2020, we wish we could be standing in front of you in person rather than virtually. Especially Mr. Nice, he wishes you were here to give him the courtesy laughs he was hoping for.
This is true, yes, very true. It's important to recognize the significant loss that this pandemic has had on the end of your public school experience.
But we want you to focus on the new perspectives that this moment has created. Without the frantic pace of life before the pandemic, you have had the opportunity to reflect on what is truly vital to your happiness and well-being.
And looking toward the future, we hope that you will be an active and positive participant in your world.
Some of you plan to continue your education, going far away or staying local.
Many of you plan to go directly into the workforce.
And some of you have chosen to serve our nation by enlisting in the armed forces.
Whatever your future holds, we commend you and are incredibly proud of you.
We wish you the absolute very best.
Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Thurston's salutatorians and valedictorians are students who have earned Thurston's top grade point averages during their entire 4 years at Thurston, with the valedictorians earning a perfect 4.0 GPA their entire high school career. I would like to introduce them to you now and again as they are introduced to receive their diplomas. Pursuing education and youth children's ministry at Lane Community College, salutatorian Sarah E. Callahan. Pursuing dental hygiene at Lane Community College, salutatorian Grace Martin. Pursuing physical therapy assistant at Lane Community College, salutatorian Kylie Dean. Now, valedictorians earned a 4.0 GPA their entire high school career. This is obviously no easy challenge, and so it is my honor to celebrate this and to introduce you to Thurston's 2020 valedictorians. Majoring in math or engineering at BYU Provo, valedictorian Andy Carter. Majoring in human physiology at the University of Oregon, valedictorian Madison Grenz. Double majoring in percussion performance and jazz studies, minoring in computer science and linguistics at the University of Oregon, valedictorian Riley Galt. Going to Lane Community College, valedictorian Mason Kwong. Majoring in business administration with a minor in Spanish at the University of Oregon, valedictorian Madeline Rogers. Majoring in electrical and computer engineering at Oregon State University, valedictorian Ryan Schleicher. Majoring in Spanish with a minor in either psychology or economics, valedictorian Nicole Stutzman. And majoring in political science at Willamette University, valedictorian Marcella Weiss. Congratulations to our salutatorians and valedictorians. It is now my honor to begin Thurston High School's presentation of diplomas.
Jace Kelly. Shanna Kelly. Lily Slater. Carson Dolbin. Jordan Chesterman. Ashley Nicole Pelroy. Chris Boback. Matthew Dymartin. Michaela Bonk. Sean Cook. Paige Cole. Allie Bowers. Abby Bowers. Jason Dodge. Lindsay Burrell. Gabrielle Davis. Hannah Jordan Bone. Valedictorian Madison Grenz. Paige Vinson. Jessa Alexander. Cecilia Lysak. Michaela Peters. Brizamar Carlos Flores. Rory Naranjo Rivera. Caitlin Perry. Jolie Torres. Kiera Wilcox. Sarah Carlson. Diego Allen. Gabriel Rogers.
Savannah Grace Decker. Casey O'Reilly Jones Lawrence. Sarah Kuntz. Aaron Lee Johnson. Ethan Johnson. Lucy Jane Herman. Alex Elliott. Wanda Portuguese. Kaylee Lynn Chapman. Olivia Lee Jetvig. Marilyn Dominicki. Wyatt Richard Keith King. Austin Brom. Jules Bellier. Noah Nation. Kalia Babbitt. Jane Bruce Lofton. Colby Radishak. Jillian Collins. Katie Sabin. Ashley Garrison. Reagan Irene Phelps. Cameron Hagler. Kaylin King. Anthony Escobar. Alasia Craig. Lydia Breaker. Christian Delane Velasco. Shane Tigan. Kylan Cartwright. Mason Gray. Braden Charles Reed. Tegan Foster. Joseph Walker Peterson. Jake Davis. Justin Allen Basto. Ryan John Basto. Kirsten Renee Daly. Tanner Cantlin. Zachary Brown. Charles Grant Beckenhauer. Savannah Raylyn Ankrum. Kelton Campbell. Jacob Dylan Buller. Carissa Campos. Olivia Danelle Tiller. Alyssa Marie Parr. Tyler Campbell.
Tyler James Lewis. Michaela Alexis Robertson. Devin LeMay. Hallie Elizabeth Hester. Corey Cope. Saray Lopez. Kylan Mackenzie Dick. Haley Lynn Spangler. Laura Sobel. Blake Hoogstad. Salutatorian, Kylie Dean. Ellie Thorsby. Valedictorian, Mason Kwong. Jamian Jules Cardona. Preston Carpenter. Jasmine Nalani Santiago. Gabriel James Reese. Bryce Bristol. Victoria Murphy. Megan Williams. Jeffrey Mustin. Sasha Nicole Palmer. Caleb Ray Scott. Brendan Scott. Michael Anthony Sperber. Neil Mahmood. Eli Sade. Eiley Helen DeRuiter Seacrest. Eliana Elizabeth Wages. Valedictorian Marcella Weiss. Brian Duncan. Caitlin Kester. Cody Brennan Scott Gomez. Evan Walker. Misty Phillips. Kelly Thompson. Martin Murphy.
Nathaniel Moore. Haley E. Humphreys. Valedictorian Thomas Riley Galt. Jorge Luis Hernandez Herrera. Peyton Bliley. Julia Selby. Jocelyn Marie Dowdy. Kyle Coleman. Blair Elizabeth Owens. Allie Wood. Chelsea Faye Partida. Salutatorian Grace Martin. Rayleigh McKenna Culp. Asha Love Orlinsky. Tristan Pierce. Jesselyn Stuckey. Bryson Quinn. Heidi Norman. Isaac Cardenas Mendoza. Kylie Nicole Gilreath. Mayumi Beja Jenkins. Valedictorian Nicole Lynn Stutzman. Kahela Tharp. Jay Keller. Jacob Southwick. Ethan Taylor Ide. Tyler Truitt. Jaylee Ann Ward. Michaela Davanzo. Abram Gallup. Carrie Anna Estes. Holden Garner. Kylie Alana Jewell. Kaylee Hurley. Kimberly Gustafson. Kason Phillips. Jake Riley. Kyle Casley. Ashley Ebert. Santino Joseph Stranieri. Wesley Comer. Alex Deller. Cheyenne Wanatee. Tara Thorne. Ty Monroe. Jacob Ryan Mason.
Reese Hutchinson. Cade Graham. Gunnar Theodore Larson. Josephine Diane Carter. Valedictorian Andrew Carter. Connor McKay. Wayne Day. Alex Sink. Natalie Summer. Alyssa Pollock. Amanda Torres Sanchez. Isabella Yazolino. Caleb White. Jaron Jace McGillivray. Grant Michael Stark. Colby Howard. Jaden Barrier. James Cook. Marcos Gonzalez. Andrew Meredith. Alexandra Hernandez. Lily Van Dorn. Victoria Schleicher. Valedictorian Ryan Schleicher. Mason Wallace. Braden Allen. Allie Warner. Adele Scatina. Ashley Allred. Kenna Haley Young. Gregory Jones. Bradley Scott Dunn. Lorenzo Esquivel. Sebastian McBurney. Calvin Michael Royce. Alyssa Mariah Green. Trinity K. McPhee. Austin Putzier. Elisa Ruthann Rogers. Ashley Harmon. Alexis Hillsbury. Olivia Werner. Valedictorian Madeline Grace Rogers. Jacob Metzger. Armando Cardenas. Olivia Gannon. Paige Saunders. Alicia Roberts. Brandon Kreitz. Jalen Burkby. Erica Salinas. Heidi Catherine Isley. Chase Marie Parker. Caitlin Choi-Chan. Timothy Christopher Ames. Jared Todd. Mario G. Roman Jr. Grant Kopczynski. Lily Long Tubby. Callista Bogarelli. Salutatorian Sarah Elizabeth Callahan. Mia Dumars.
With the authority of the state of Oregon, the Springfield School District, and faculty of Thurston High School, I now confer upon you the diploma of graduate of Thurston High School with all the rights and privileges thereto. You may move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations, Thurston graduates.
So my favorite memory at Thurston High School was probably meeting my best friend Laura. We did so many things together through freshman through senior year, and I'm so glad to go to college with her in the fall at the University of Oregon.
Hi, I'm Michaela. I was just saying my favorite high school memory was probably joining the tennis team and then being part of the National Honor Society. I'm very glad I'm graduated now. Congrats.
All right, see ya.
See you in 10.
Just a couple of words. Thank you.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
My favorite memories from high school are playing tennis with my friends.
I want to thank all my teachers for supporting me and helping me through this tough time.
I miss our staff and my friends, and I just want to say that I enjoy with my helper, Miss Pennywells, and I heart her. Thank you.
I had the greatest experience at Thurston High School. I met lots of great friends and met my boyfriend and got to play volleyball with some of the greatest girls there is. And yeah, I just appreciate everything Thurston gave me. Thanks.
My favorite memory from Thurston High School is crowd surfing at a football game.
Hi, Miss Morris. I love ya.
Thank you so much for everything. You've helped me come so far, and I really appreciate you all.
My favorite memory here has been during the breaks in between classes, we would go out to the parking lot and jam music and dance with all of our friends.
I just wanted to say thank you to Miss Letourneau and Miss Moore in the office. I had a really good time working with them, and I want to thank all the students and staff for making my time here memorable.
Hampton, you're the best.
Actually, yeah, I want to say thank you to my parents. Thank you guys for always pushing me, for real. Like, I know you guys have your best interests at heart, so it really does mean a lot. So thanks for always pushing me and doing whatever you guys could to make sure I graduated. So
Thank you, teachers, and bye.
Hello, my name is Casey Lawrence, and my quote for my final year and my final day is, it is easier to change yourself than the world around you. Stay strong.
Thank you, everybody.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who supported me all these years.
I think my favorite memory from all 4 years was my first year going to dance camp for cabaret. I met one of my best friends. One night we were just out of the shower. We had makeup rolling down our face and we were jamming out to The Middle by Jimmy Eats World, and that's been our song since then, and it was such a great moment.
Thank you, Heather, Coach Cardwell, Coach Simons, for the best 4 years of my life. You guys made high school so much different.
I want to say thank you to Thurston High School for all the memories they've given me and for all of the hours I've put in, and they've made me a better person overall, for wrestling and well water testing, and I'm open to the community now. Thank you.
I just want to thank Ms. Helwig and Mr. Vian for all the amazing memories and really making such an amazing impact on my life.
Gotta say, my favorite memory of high school is winning state championship, man. That was awesome. Go Colts!
I just want to say thank you to my parents, my friends who were with me through high school, and Miss Green and Mr. Nice, who went above and beyond as teachers and have really taught me life lessons that will continue for the rest of my life. Thank you again.
Finally, I graduated. Yep, I did.
A memorable moment for me during high school was my newspaper class and tennis with all my friends.
I wanted to say thank you to Mrs. Helwig and Mrs. Evans for helping me graduate and supporting me throughout the entire way, and as well to all of my teachers who taught me everything and helped me graduate.
I just want to give a special thanks to my friends and family who helped me through the 4 years I spent at Thurston High School. It's been an incredible journey here, and I can't wait to take the next step in life. But it was really fun to be here. I'm glad I went to Thurston.
Thanks, Thurston.
One of my favorite THS memories is going to Hawaii with the band freshman year. And thank you to all the teachers that actually cared and showed an interest in things besides homework and class and school and all that kind of stuff, and actually cared about what was going on with your everyday life.
My favorite memories were playing football with my brothers and being able to be a part of the best football team that's ever gone through Thurston, and being able to win the 2 state championships that we did. And more of my favorite memories were all of the orchestra concerts and the Hawaii trip at the beginning of my freshman year. Just overall, it was great.
I'd like to thank my teachers, my friends, guiding me through all these years, dude. It's been great. It's been a ride.
My favorite memory is winning back-to-back state championships for the school.
My favorite memory is winning the state champion game on my 18th birthday.
I was trying to think of a memory for this, and I remember one day after school, Mr. Roberson, a group of my friends and I were actually getting McDonald's, and Mr. Roberson was at the drive-thru, and he waved at us, and instead of just driving off like a normal person would, he actually came inside and started a conversation with us, which I thought was really nice.
I love my mom and my cousin dad. I was when graduate when I was sent this and Guys, what are you alive about? What are you alive about? Bye, guys.
So my favorite memories of Thurston High School has to be every single day I got to get up and come here. If I could give a special thanks, it would be to 3 incredibly important people in my life, and that would be Miss Carlson. She was always there. She never, without a doubt, gave up on me. Gonna definitely miss the jokes in her office, everything like that. Miss Nichols for just pushing me so hard to finish when I didn't want to. And Miss Adams and Miss Ray, that's 4, my math teachers for making sure that I passed. Without you guys, I probably wouldn't be standing here today. So, like they say, keep it real, Colts, and it's been incredibly awesome. Thank you guys. Savannah, out.
2-time.
Thank you to Mr. Ritter for my favorite teaching class and giving me the opportunity to teach in front of kids.
My name is Alyssa Parr, and my favorite memory here at Thurston is every moment I got to share on the Thurston High School stage. I'd like to give thanks to Mrs. Hellwig and Coach Kenzie for giving me the best 4 years ever.
One thing that I really did actually enjoy here was being a part of the robotics team and meeting new friends, learning new skills. And without that, I don't think I'd be able to be as prepared I am to go into the real world today. So,
I really just want to give a special thank you to the staff here at Thurston. I wouldn't have made it without you. To Ms. Mason, I really wouldn't have made it without you. You have been my rock this whole year, and I can't thank you enough. And Ms. Hellwig, thank you for encouraging me and helping me through this journey. I really appreciate it.
Well, one word of advice I would give throughout high school is not be stressed over the tiniest things, because it's over in a flash, and just enjoy the moment.
All right, I think my favorite thing about going to Thurston High School is the fact that there's a Dutch Bros just down the street. And that's probably it. Oh, and I like all of the teachers, basically. So, yeah.
I'm really glad I ended up in this school because I met a lot of new people. This is like my 3rd high school, and this is like probably the best one yet. Thank you.
I'd like to thank John Kerry for never giving up on me and always believing in me.
Hi, I'm Blake Hugstead, and I'd like to say that it's pretty cool that I had my mother and father graduate from here, and they're still together to this day. And I'm proud of what I've done my last 4 years. My most cherished memory of high school would be joining the cheer team my senior year and having a ton of fun there. And I loved every second of it.
My favorite memories came from all the soccer seasons with all my friends.
My favorite memory of high school was being a part of the Mr. and Miss THS pageant and getting to meet amazing people throughout my 4 years at THS.
I don't know, Thurston's been good. Met a lot of friends, like Isaac, Devin, and other people, but it's been an experience for this 4 years. Thanks for having me.
Go Colts!
I want to thank my family, friends, and Thurston Theater for making my experience here the most enjoyable.
My favorite memory from my senior year was going to the state game and experiencing that fun time with everybody.
I would like to thank my experience at high school for allowing me to learn to love who I am.
It's over. I'm finally done. Thank you.
My favorite memory from high school is winning 2 state championships with my brothers.
The funniest part about senior year was coming back from winter break seeing Carrie fingerless. Sorry, Carrie.
Congratulations, class of 2020. I mean, we did it.
Hi, I'm Eiley Dewey-Sechrist. I came to Thurston my junior year, and I'm so grateful for all the friends and people I met around the school who really welcomed me into the community and made me feel like I've been going here my whole life. Thank you.
One of my most memorable high school moments was sophomore year when my friends and I tried to skip an assembly and Mr. Taylor chased us across the street to make us come back.
I just wanted to say thank you to all my teachers and my friends that helped me get through high school.
My best memories are making it to state for tennis, being on the tennis team, getting through all my classes, and making memories with the friends I have and made along the way.
It was worth the wait.
I just want to say thank you to all the teachers that made this an enjoyable year.
Never lower your standards for anyone else. Thank you.
I'd just like to say thank you to Mr. Vian for the music program here at Thurston High School, and just how that has changed a lot of people's lives, including mine. And yeah, I guess one of the best memories I have from going to school here is just being a part of that music family, and always having the band room as a place to go to whenever I need to. Just having the opportunity especially to lead the percussion ensemble to win several state championships. Really proud of that.
Just want to say in high school, everyone should try at least one sport, at least one season, and if they don't like it, then they shouldn't do it.
Bye guys, good luck.
But I mean, high school for me was like such a fun experience, and like what I would say to like everyone is like, don't waste your time like trying to make memories. Like every year is worth it, and like just have fun like throughout your whole high school like career, because like you'll remember the rest of it for like your whole life.
I'd like to thank everyone who's been a part of my life for everything you've done for me and helped me grow as a person.
My favorite THS memory was getting to coordinate homecoming, prom, and other events with leadership.
I want to thank all my friends and teachers who have helped me throughout my high school experience and who made it so amazing.
Well, I don't have that many memories that I can think of right now, but one of the things that I can think of is that Miss Hasworth was one of my favorite teachers and one of my biggest supporters, and I don't think that I would have done as well as I did without her, so thank you.
Go Colts, class of 2020!
My favorite memory was when me and a group of friends played a huge game of tag around the school. It lasted up to 2 to 3 months. We started playing in classrooms and the teachers kind of got upset, but we had to cut it down to where we could only play in the hallways. Yeah, that was my favorite memory in high school, meeting all my friends. And I've only been here for 2 years, but everyone came up to me with open arms and wanted me in their friend groups.
My favorite memory here was winning back-to-back state championships.
My greatest memory at Thurston High School is probably making it to state this year, my senior year for volleyball.
I did it.
Thank you for all the teachers and my academic coach for helping me graduate, my boyfriend, my best friend, and my parents. Thank you all so much.
All right, my favorite memory was definitely getting to be on the girls wrestling team. You definitely make close friends there trying to throw their body weight around all the time. And I'd just like to thank all my teachers who have been so amazing.
Perfect. I just want to say thank you to all my friends and teachers for supporting me and encouraging me, and just thank you guys so much. And yeah, I did it.
My favorite memory from Thurston High School was meeting my girlfriend my sophomore year.
My favorite memory at high school was hanging out with all my friends.
I'd just like to thank all of the teachers that have helped me get here, and my family and my friends, and all the experiences that I've had here were amazing, so thank you.
I just want to say thank you to everyone that helped me succeed and graduate high school. It was a long road, and I finally did it, so hooray.
My favorite Thurston High School memory was going to all the games and watching the boys win state 2 years in a row. I want to thank all my teachers and all my friends for getting me through this experience, and my family, of course, for everything that they've done for me for the past 18 years. Go Colts!
You know, we're the senior skip day champions, and it's kind of awesome. Thank you, Mr. Roberson, for helping me through it.
Thank you, Thurston High School. This has been super fun. It's been a good 4 years. It's been nice. A favorite memory that I have of this place is, I don't know, I just have a lot of nice memories with sports, swimming, track, cross country, soccer. They've been nice, really nice memories.
Thank you, Jan Hampton and Polly Cole, for giving me a platform to be an activist for girls in engineering and for sparking my career for college.
Thank you so much for giving me the courage and education that I need.
Shout out to Taylor for putting up with me every day when I was an hour late to class. Every day. And he didn't expel me. I appreciate it. That's all.
My most memorable moment was when my friend, she was trying to tell me ways to relax because I was feeling anxious. And she said ASMR, and I said, oh, ASMR makes me pee, so now I can't watch ASMR without laughing.
I'd just like to thank Thurston for changing my life and giving me a better opportunity for college and better life. Thank you, Thurston.
Always be yourself, Thurston. Jake Riley out. That's all I have to say.
My favorite memories of high school is definitely winning the 3 state championships, 1 in basketball and 2 in football.
Thank you, Thurston High School, for the best 4 years of my life.
Awesome.
My favorite memory at Thurston High School is playing baseball and going to Arizona.
All right, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Vian for everything the last 4 years in the bass sax this last year. Probably my favorite memory is jazz band. Joining so late was probably kind of a nerve-wracking, but everybody made me feel welcome, and yeah, it was just a great 4 years, so thank you.
I remember on my junior year, Kane Mingo made a promise to the football team that if we beat Churchill in the playoff game that he'd shave his head. We beat them and then he became bald. It was a pretty great experience, it was fun.
I just want to say thank you to all the teachers and staff at this high school. You did a very good job, and go Colts.
Jessica Oxer is absolutely amazing, and you should go talk to her.
Some of my favorite Thurston memories are going to football games with my dad and hanging out in Mr. Roberson's room during lunch.
I really enjoyed doing cross country with my friends for 3 years, and I'd like to thank all my teachers who helped me to get here.
I've been here 4 years. Yeah, obviously, I'm graduating. I'd like to say thank you to all the teachers who had helped me by and helped me with my assignments, because I used to be terrible with assignments. Freshman year coming, English was garbage. Other than that, I skimmed by on what I could. Other than that, I excelled. I just want to say thank you specifically to Mr. Underwood, Ms. Pearson, all of my teachers, Mr. Lovedocken, Miss Nichols. I know she's not here, not Miss Nichols, Miss Sadiq isn't here anymore, but if she sees us, thank you.
My favorite memory of Thurston High School is being a part of the Thespian program and just being involved in theater and having an ability to express my love of the arts.
All right, my favorite part about this whole high school experience was being in cross country all 4 years and also being in the Mr. and Miss THS pageant this year.
My favorite high school memory would be hanging out with Jessica in the Career Center every lunch and every fifth period, talking to her about random things and procrastinating, and I think I will miss Jessica very, very much.
I'd like to thank Mrs. Erickson, Mr. Underwood, Mrs. Wendt, and Mr. LeBounty for the great years. Thank you.
I want to start off by saying thank you to all my family and coaches that helped me out through this whole high school process. And my best memory from high school would be winning back-to-back football state championships.
I just want to say thank you to all my family, friends, and coaches for helping me throughout high school. And my favorite memory is probably just playing football with all my best friends.
So throughout my life in high school, the only memories that are my favorite to share is that winning the bookmark competition is that not only you guys get to read a book, you also get to enjoy something that people can express their talents through different ways in art and music. And I just like seeing everybody's happy faces when I come to school and leaving school.
I just want to say thank you, Thurston, for letting me get my high school diploma.
I just wanted to give a big thank you to all of the teachers I've had starting from when I was in elementary school. They've helped me, learn everything I know today, and I want to give a big thank you to my mom and my dad. Without them, I wouldn't be here, honestly. They've pushed me and made me actually, I don't know, they've just, I wouldn't be here without them, and it's crazy to be here. I don't even know what to say. It's crazy to be here.
I think my favorite memory at Thurston will always be going to the football games with all of my friends and just dressing up and having so much fun. And this year we didn't miss any of the football games, and we even went to state with the boys, and I think it was just really fun, and it's definitely my favorite memory senior year.
I'm so grateful I had the opportunity to meet so many new people and teachers that were amazing.
As being a part of the cheer program here at Thurston, and I would like to thank Miss Erickson for guiding me through cheerleading and making me a better person.
I would like to express my favorite memory. It was football. I liked all the long road trips down with my brothers. It was really fun and an enjoyable experience. And I'd really like to thank the THS staff and teachers for growing me as a person and just making me who I am today.
I would like to give a big thank you to Casey Tallman in the Academic Success Center for helping me through my senior year.
I'd just like to thank my family and my awesome best friend, Allie. Thank you.
I am very thankful for the theater department that I've been part of here at Thurston High School. I've spent a lot of years and time and hours in the space, so I feel very lucky that I was able to be a part of it. And I'm also very grateful for all the friends that I've made here at Thurston because they've made the experience so much better.
So my name is Adele, class of 2020,
And I just wanted to say congratulations to everyone who made it through. Obviously, this is a bit different, but thank you to everyone who's been there for me. Congratulations to everyone who's passed through the way that I've gone through this new graduation, and here comes the future.
I would like to thank Alex Baker for making my high school years memorable.
My favorite memory from Thurston was dancing at all the football games from freshman year to senior year.
2020, we're so money.
So I'd love to thank all the teachers that helped me get to this point, especially all the math teachers that kind of bailed me out for the poor grades I may have had, but they'll remain anonymous. Especially all the hardworking math teachers I had to kind of get me through that part, because I know math definitely isn't the easiest for some people. And of course, with history being my favorite subject, got to do a shout out to Mr. Nice and Heacock and Love Dockin for sure.
I think my best memories of high school is just like walking in the halls with all my friends and just class and all the teachers. It was a good moment.
I want to say thank you to all my teachers who got me here and Coffee Card, which you teach me a lot of money experience.
I just want to say thanks to all my family and friends for supporting me through high school.
Some of my best memories here at Thurston is just meeting a bunch of new friends and joining lacrosse and meeting more of my other cool friends.
I want to thank Casey Gillespie for an amazing cross-country and track seasons. Could have been this year, but not. But he's really helped me get through a lot of things, and I just want to thank him. Thank you, Casey.
I would like to say thank you to Doug for making me feel at home in this new school.
My favorite memory is having all the teachers just be so kind to me, even though I'm always scared, but they are always there to help me. I want to say a special thank you to Stacy Tours, Mr. Carey, and Tim Bayan. They have been a hard rock support here, and I love everybody here.
I'd say my favorite memory from Thurston was working in the Child Development Center and all the holiday parties and the teachers in there and the bookman. It was just really fun to have some kids in there for like 2 or 3 years and see them go to elementary school.
My favorite memory was probably in all of the moments that I've had inside of the stagecraft class and involved in theater and all that, and bothering H and have him yelling my name every day. It's pretty good.
Just want to say thank you to all my teachers, to all the staff for making my Thurston experience the best I've ever had.
One time my friends and I were out in the courtyard having a blast, and my other friend patted Cade on the back, and his mouthpiece came out of his mouth and landed right in the pond. It went right into the murky water.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Hope everyone has a good rest of their year, and to all the future years ahead.
I want to do a memory of football season senior year and being able to make posters for Jake and all that fun stuff and have fun with all my friends at the football games. Okay, I would just like to thank my parents and my teachers definitely for supporting me, and then mostly my friends who stuck with me through high school, and that I did it with all of them, so yeah.
My favorite high school memory is winning state junior year.
Thank you to everyone that supported me through my journey.
All right, my favorite memory at Thurston would probably be staying with the same friend group throughout all 4 years.
I'd like to thank Mr. Kanega for being the best leadership teacher out there.
Well, I guess my favorite memory from being at Thurston is the one day I happened to get Rapper's Delight stuck in my head, and I went into Miss Adams' classroom and we were talking about it, and I couldn't think of the name of the song. So we talked about it, and it ended up she had memorized the full 14 minutes. So then on occasion throughout the year, we'd play it during her prep period when I was in there as her TA or just hanging out.
High school has given me a chance to find myself.
I'm happy to make it through 2020 safely.
Wanted to thank my counselor real quick, Amy Straneri, for getting me through the rest of my high school career. I genuinely don't think I would have been able to get as far as I am right now without her help and assistance and just class choices and everything else I've been needing to get through this. So really appreciate all your help, Amy.
I want to give a shout out to Mr. Ritter for giving me hope in my ability in writing. He was the best English teacher I've ever had.
I think one of my favorite memories of high school was my junior year cross country. Everybody on that team was always really good friends, and we always went to the river, hung out with each other. I don't know, all around it was just a really good time.
I just want to say thank you to all my teachers who've helped me get to this point, and I just want to thank Tila Deester for putting on the pageant this year.
I'm so thankful for the time I got to spend here, and I just want to thank all the teachers that made this wonderful, and I want to thank God for bringing me here after years of waiting and wanting to. So I loved the theater, and I loved running a Bible study, and I've loved all the friends that I've made. Thank you.
A huge thank you to everyone at Thurston High School who has helped me get to this point, and I'm so excited to go and see what the class of 2020 does next.